Yeah, there you go. That's his childish ways.
You know what I mean? You're like a 5-year-old, and it's actually quite funny. I
Yeah.
can tell why your brother has the balls in the family, because he actually says things, whereas you just sit there and take it like a little bitch, and it's pathetic.
Oh, I guess you didn't understand the joke then. That's a big shame.
No,
But it's not a joke. That's the point.
What is a joke? What is a joke is you and your personality. That's a joke.
Right.
Ouch.
There's no James. There's no point in saying that, because that's not gonna, like, you know, that's not worth saying. I don't stoop down to his level.
I want to get this all out the way so I can actually commentate on professional drivers going around a racing track professionally, not hitting each other off. I want to commentate on that and that only. I don't want to commentate on shite that's happening in TFOL. I want to commentate on FOL, the drivers that's in there.
Right. Well, I'm not doing FRL anymore. Unless
still
you
within
sort
touching
your
distance of
stuff
Montana.
out. I don't care. That's not the point.
I don't understand though, because you're pointing out 2 incidences, okay? But if you look at the other 20 or how many races I've done now in TFRL, those races have been fine.
You haven't done 20 plus races in
Or
TFOL.
how many races? Okay, 10 or 15.
Right.
How many?
Okay. All right, fine.
They've all been fine.
Let's say you've done 20, right? I mean, you haven't, but let's say you have, and they've all been fine apart from 2. Name other drivers that have had more incidents than that are still in the league. There isn't any, because we got rid of them.
So you're saying I'm a dirty driver?
I don't need to say it. You've proved it yourself. Like, sure, you can go around and you can be clean as much as possible, but you don't do it enough.
Well, I
times too
clearly
many.
do. I clearly do. Because these have only been 2 incidences, and there's been a reasoning behind it. I don't do it because for the fun of it.
There's no reason behind it. Just because you don't want to doesn't just because you don't like the person or because they said something doesn't mean you can do it. That's not a good excuse. There is no excuse for doing it. You need to get it out of your head that you think there's a good enough excuse to do it, because there isn't a good enough excuse.
Let me change it up a bit.
I don't understand why it's so hard to comprehend that.
Let me change it up a bit. If this happened in FOL, what would Boy do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Well, if he's done it, if someone were to do that twice, and they said they wouldn't do it again.
Look at Game Amiga. He was purposely taking off drivers 3 weeks in a row, and you still give him 3 chances.
Yeah, and you've given me 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That is supposed
Is it 3
to mean
strikes
what
and out?
exactly?
First of all, in the first ever F3 race of your thing, Game Amiga took out the leader on the final lap.
Yep,
if that was our league, he'd have been out straight away.
Azerbaijan, I do believe I caught an incident there. And
this isn't FRL. We don't just start like giving people opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Sure, you did it once, right? You got like a what was it like? Did you get a qualifying ban, something like that for it? Which is a good penalty to give. Which you should do stuff like that. But then you keep doing it, and it's just like.
And he's now gone.
Oh right, well, fantastic. He's now gone after what? Terrorising the races for the past, like, what is it? 4 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it's been on.
6 races.
Yeah, 3 weeks worth. This isn't FRL. You can't just try and bully your way back in because you don't think it's right to tell people to go away, because that's not the nice thing to do.
It isn't nice because you've seen how good I am at racing, and I can race properly.
Well, yeah, when you're not crashing into people.
Ah.
What are you talking about? I won 2 races. I won 2 races in B League. Made some
Look,
great
I'm
overtakes.
I'm not questioning your speed at all, right? That's not me. Sure, you're great in B League. You are. You put on some really good races, and I'm not. You know, I'm not going to hide away from that. Because to be honest, I would love it if you carried on and done that. But you can't when you just like. You do these things and then you expect us to just forget it all. That's not how it works.
When you're disregarding the league's rules, you cannot be here.
I
That's
wasn't.
the point I am getting
I wasn't.
across.
I'm saying, why are you kicking me out for 2 instances?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll send you the website link. Go on our rules page, and then you'll see.
Well, why didn't you send me the rules before?
Every other driver has had it. I thought somebody would have given it to you.
Right.
Unfortunately not. I didn't even know there was a website until you mentioned it.
No. I'm going to throw this out here now. I haven't myself, and I'm sure many other drivers haven't just sat down and read the rules, right? You don't need to read the rules to understand what you should and shouldn't do.
It's common sense.
Exactly. Yeah, for some reason it's like you don't listen to those rules, and just because in your own little world, because you think you're allowed to take this person out, for example, because they said something, they did something,
But I wouldn't
blah,
do that
blah,
again.
blah, blah. It doesn't
I wouldn't
work.
do that again, though. I don't think you understand. I'm not going to do it again.
What would I do? What would I do if I was to say I'm considering having Di Fletcher in the F1 league, in the A league?
Okay.
What are you on about now?
He's got no words. He's got no words.
I said
I actually
okay.
see talent. I actually see talent. When I see talent, I go for talent. That is what makes a great league. FOL, 7 drivers out of F1 and F2, I would say, are talented. The rest wouldn't go anywhere.
But does that even matter? If you have a great competitive league, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's the only thing I am agreeing with.
Right, well, that doesn't make a difference to me, because for me, the management is it's all wrong. It's all wrong.
Him.
I'm not blaming who's who or whatever, but it's just the fact that nothing gets done, ever. And you've just left the league in this stagnated place. Yeah, it doesn't.
So
if you
I don't want to say it.
If you faulted down to previous management, why don't you go and ask the drivers that actually attended every week and see how they made of it?
Well, every driver seems to be enjoying it. So.
Well, I'm on the verge of leaving because I've had enough of it.
But you've had a great time in the FRL. You've had a great time. I don't understand what the problem is there. It's because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of constantly having a problem with somebody else in the league because you just don't do anything. With who? Who else?
It's ridiculous. Game Amiga, for example. Jacko, for example. Those 2 drivers that you didn't really do anything about. You just left it and left it and left it and left it.
Cesar T-Pen, Silverstone as well.
Well, that was his connection, but he's sorted that apparently.
Connection. What about drivers' connections in?
For example, when I got held up in Silverstone qualifying in F2, got a 5-place grid penalty for no reason. Did anybody get a penalty for it? No. It was just ridiculous.
Well, did you send any stuff to me about that? Did you say I want this investigated?
I shouldn't have had to. It was there on the stream for everyone to see. And it would have been investigated if you were a hands-on management. Like, you're expecting other people to do your job for you. That's not how it works. It's just ridiculous.
I don't understand. I mean, if you were to send me any incidents or whatever, then yeah, I could investigate them, but hardly anyone does. And I've spoken to F3 drivers about this, and they were like, well, one person was like, oh, it doesn't matter anyway, and
hang on.
Fair enough.
You're saying you will investigate the incidents. What about the other commentator, i.e. me, who was there on the night? What about me?
Well, if people were to send incidents, then we could go back and investigate them, but no one really reports the races.
No,
Germany's out!
The point is, right, you say you're supposed to, as supposedly, like, I don't know what you are, like, main management, whatever. You say to drivers in chats, right, any incidents, things like that. Because otherwise, the drivers just assume you know all of what's going on. It's just natural, that's what happens. We think that you know because we expect you to know. That's the point of you being there.
Right, well, I can't see everything that happens, and if someone were
Right,
to
and
have a
that's
problem,
completely fair enough. That is completely fair enough. So why don't you say to the drivers, look, if there's any instance you want me to investigate,
Record
tell me now.
POVs.
I've done that before, and
When? I swear to God, I've been in
and
this
does
league
anybody
for
listen?
months now, and I don't think I've ever had a moment, had a time when. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't ever remember there being a time when you said, "Is there any instance you want me to investigate?"
I don't think most of the drivers really matter once the race is over, unless it's something like Game Mika, and we took action there and gave him the race victory.
You don't think the drivers really matter after the race is over?
Well, no. And it's a proven fact, really, because I'll try and find the comment, but it's probably quite far up the thing now, but people said, oh, don't worry about it, you know, it was just a racing incident or whatever, so that's the impression that I got, and I don't really know what to say about that.
Look, the world isn't full of daffodils and pink fluffy pillows.
Unicorns.
Sure, some people have the respect and the understanding to say to people, no, it's completely fine, it's a racing incident, and that's brilliant, that's what you want. But other times, there isn't that, and yet nothing's done.
Well, something should be done if it's a serious enough incident.
And that's where a rule book comes in.
That's literally what I've been saying, but nothing does happen.
That's where a rule book comes in, that's where structure comes in, which is what I try to do.
Exactly, because at the moment, it's really me on my own leading this, and I'm going to make changes. I'm going to make things better.
You say that every single week. There's always on your Twitter page, always a new announcement this week, and nothing ever happens.
This is actually for New Year's, so close enough. But yeah, New Year's. I'm gonna.
2-0. South Korea's 2-0 up.
The New Year's.
No, I'm joking. Okay,
2-0.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, hey, bro, we need to make it soon, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, the rulebook is very clear, okay? I mean, everyone understands.
Go on, South Korea.
Everyone understands the rules.
That is far from nah.
Do they really? That's the...
Well, yeah, I know I've made mistakes in the past, but I'm not going to make them again. And it's a shame that you can't trust me on that, because you've seen how good I am at racing when I take things seriously, and I will continue to take things seriously from this point on. There's no way I'm going back to those two incidences that happened. There's no way I'm going to try and repeat that ever again. And I'm making an effort to do that.
If this is you trying to get into my good books and trying to earn a partnership with TFOL, then that's not happening. I will put that down now, on record. That is not happening.
Just because of those two incidences.
You do your own thing, you get your own partnerships and sponsorships. The only involvement you'll have with me is through commentary, and that is it.
But I'm trying to state that I wouldn't do it again. You think I'm going to do it every race or something? I said that's the impression I'm getting.
You're too much of a danger in the league to have him.
But I'm clearly not if you know that I'm not going to do this again. If you fear that I'm going to do it again, that's a shame.
How do we know?
I'll prove it to you, and I've proved it to you many times before.
What?
Yeah, too many times.
Yeah, that should be a good thing then. I proved to you that I can race cleanly. It was only those two incidences, and there were reasoning behind that, and I apologise for that. And that won't happen in the future.
You're digging yourself a hole again.
Breaking news, England will not be losing to Germany on penalties in this World Cup.
Like, it's kind of sad.
It is, and I'm trying to repair this.
Yeah, but you're trying to repair an axe wound with a plaster. Doesn't work like that.
I'm trying to say.
Oh, now he's got another problem to deal with.
Please! Please!
Oh boy, you cannot really turn off your mic now.
Mama, last one, please!
Turn off your mic.
Now, is this Bullboy's brother is trying to earn Bullboy AC in that car?
I won't do it again. That's what I'm trying to say, and I'll keep saying it, but I won't do it again. And if you can trust me on that, I want to.
How can we trust you when you do it too many times?
So you count twice as doing it too many times.
Yes, you shouldn't do it at all. There's no other drivers that do it. Like, why can't you see that?
And I won't do it. I hope you can trust me, because I won't do it. I don't see any point in doing it after having all of this. Why would I want to do it again?
Most recent upload on Fortnite 57, you can get my voice off and you can delete the video. Unless you want Elliot on your case again.
Exactly, like it's stuff like that as well. You just.
I'm doing a Fortnite 57 video. I'm sure you should understand what Fortnite 57 is all about.
But if you actually told us you were doing a video, then we wouldn't bother.
I said hello at the beginning, I'm sure.
No. That's fine. It's completely fine.
Well,
Let
that's
him do it.
yeah.
Because all it's doing is just digging him the bigger hole.
It's
I could not care less.
It's completely fine because we'll send this around the admin team. The admin team will then send it around the drivers, and then they'll see you for the person who you really are.
Right, which is someone who wants to apologise, and you're not giving me a second chance.
We gave you a second chance.
We gave you too many chances.
After the first time, we gave you a second chance, and then you did it again, and it's ridiculous. Just because in FRL things slide, it doesn't in TFRL.
Alright, so I won't do that again. Simple.
Oh my god, it's like talking to a brick fucking wall, I swear to god.
I'm trying to say I won't do it again though.
You shouldn't have said simple.
Oh god.
Side.
Now, if I was saying this to Hamilton, I'm sure Hamilton would take it on the chin and become a better person for it.
And I will, and I won't take anyone else out.
Yeah, but I'm saying this to Hamilton, not you.
Why don't you trust me? Why don't you trust me? I don't understand that.
You don't understand why we don't trust
Michael
you.
Jackson's father has died.
Okay, I'll explain to you why we don't trust you. Taking people out in Brazil. Gets banned for it. Gets told, please don't do that again, because then there'll be a lot harsher consequences.
He took his ban, and I am grateful for that.
Does it again.
But then he did it again, yeah.
But the second incident wasn't even during the race or a qualifying session at the time, which I thought it was.
During the race, you were clean, you were fair. Beforehand, you weren't.
Then you post
One time.
You post a Fortnite video, just slating TFRL. Again, showing that you have
Of course I would though. Of course I would, because it happened right afterwards. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm very happy. I had a good race today. God. Nothing happened.
Oh, I know. This might be a really wild idea, right? Why don't you say nothing? Why don't you look in the mirror, see whose fault it was, think about it to yourself, and come back stronger? Why don't you do that?
Has he apologised to the person that he attempted to take out as well?
I can't, because I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who he is.
Well, look on the...
shows it even more, so even to you then, right, your reasoning for taking the first one out, which is completely ludicrous, but your reasoning for taking the first person out was because he did something to you.
Yeah.
So, what's your reasoning for this second one, just because it wasn't in the race?
Yeah, it's just practicing.
Yeah, I don't need to say anything else.
Oh yes, I do. I just don't understand it all really, because I mean, you know that I'm not going to take it to you so many times. Because I proved to you many times before.
How have you proved it?
Have you seen the other races I've done?
No, you kicked me out.
Yeah, the other races you might have done brilliantly in. Fantastic, pat on the back. But we're not concerned about them, are we? Nobody in the league, apart from you, takes people out and then just whines and bitches, saying, "Oh, let me back in. I won't do it again. I promise."
And I won't, because I was being truthful there. If I did it 5 or 6 times, then I'd understand. But it's only twice.
5 or 6 times. See, this is exactly the reason why FRL's failing.
I really appreciate the spitting down the mic as well. Much appreciated for that. Goodness me, my ears.
5 or 6 times, like seriously.
Yeah. If I did it constantly, day in day out, but I don't.
It's ridiculous.
I don't.
Right, I don't care anymore. I've had enough of this. Right.
Well, hold on a second.
It's ridiculous.
No, I'm trying to say sorry, and you're not even listening. And
yeah, no, it's great. You can say sorry, but you don't seem to be listening to us. You're not understanding where we're coming from. Because in your eyes, taking people out 10 times is fine. But you don't do it the 11th time. Stupid.
Well, I've only done it twice, and I won't do it again.
That's 2 times too many. 1 we could tolerate, right? And we gave you a penalty for it, harsh enough.
All right.
Second time.
Okay, yeah, but the thing is about the second time, it wasn't even during the actual event, the actual league race. That's what I was trying to say. And I think my mistake was I didn't record what he did to me, and that was my biggest mistake, really.
See, there it is again. You think that because someone does something to you, you can retaliate. That's not how it works.
Right, well I won't do that then.
I
won't do that again if that's not how it works. I won't do it.
Whatever.
I'm trying to say that I won't do it again, and I hope you understand that, because I'm really trying to push this forward here into saying that I won't do it again, especially after this. And I hope we can leave this in the past and just move on. And I hope moving on doesn't mean being kicked entirely.
You think we're stupid. You think we don't realise